All righty, we are live Thursday, February 2nd, Groundhog Day, 1,100 people waiting. That number is only going to go up. Good to see the chat so lively and active this Thursday morning. These mornings are fun. Let's not lie about it. It's good to see everybody coming back to the chat show after show after show, popping in. Always good to see the same faces going back and forth before we get the show going. A lot of jokes and funny comments that come through. So good to see so many people here on a Thursday morning. A lot of games on the card today, so we're going to, as usual, keep the pace of the show up pretty quickly, but I'm putting everybody on the spot here this morning. We have to see if what we talked about on Saturday had any impact. And let me remind everybody where we were on last Saturday. We were at 1.2K, 1,200 people who actually figured out how to turn on the notifications for all of these streams. We're at 1.2. Let's see where we're at today. 1.5. So 300 of you got it right. You figured out what was going on. You figured out how to hit the bell icon. A lot of you figured out how to do the all notifications. A very quick reminder, because there's a lot of new people coming to the channel. About 30% are coming back non-subscribed. So let's sort this out before we get rolling. Subscribe button down below. Really encourage all of you to hit that button down below. Once you hit the button, it'll turn into a bell. You'll see the bell there. You have to hit that. You select all notifications. A lot of you will have personalized. That's the problem that you run into when you don't get the notifications. You need to tap all on the bell icon to get that going. So there's a lot of you who haven't done it yet. Let's get that sorted out. Appreciate all the support. The shows have been going well. If you do that, it'll go a long way for helping out Red Angle Sports, continuing these shows and keeping everybody up to date with everything that is going on. As always, this show will involve the release procedure. We'll tell you what game to set up. We'll tell you if it's a go. We'll tell you if it's a cancel. Or we could always go with the opposite, where you're going to rush to bet the other side. So we are going to get ready with the first setup of today. As we pull up the odds screen, we'll give everybody a couple more seconds to like and subscribe to the video. Get that all sorted out on your end. It's really easy to do. It's free to do. And here we have the odds screen, of course. This is from SpankOdds, SpankOdds.com. For those of you who don't have it already, we'll keep you up to date. We use it every time here on the show to show you which sports books are moving, what odds you're able to get, and that will follow everybody throughout the show. So with all that said, here we go with the first setup of the Thursday card. We will begin with game number 820 Hawaii UC Davis under 139, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're setting up game number 820 Hawaii UC Davis under 139 at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Give everybody a couple more seconds to find and set up 820 Hawaii UC Davis under 139. Game number 820 Hawaii UC Davis under 139 is a go. We're betting Hawaii UC Davis under 139. A rare go to begin the show on Hawaii UC Davis, and we see things awfully slow to move. Think people were expecting the early show cancel. It is, in fact, a go. Hawaii UC Davis now starting to light up on the board. As you see, the beautiful magenta switched from the bright and blinding red. We got comments about, and already we're seeing a lot of success on this one with the slow move. Mark, 139.5. Same thing for Bills Mafia. Flipper was able to get it. Good to see that coming through. Joey, 139.5, seeing 139 at a lot of PPH. Comments showing up. Chris Gray saying so. Moose found it at DK. Seeing Spade was able to get the 139. Smith was able to get it as well. Jacob, 139.5, the half point better. Seeing a lot of that popping up in the chat as well. Half a point better for a lot of folks who were able to jump and get the first setup of the show, which was a go on Hawaii UC Davis under. For the sake of how many games we have on the board, we'll cut things a little bit shorter on some of the chats, pulling it up today. We'll just get the initial responses. But as always, drop those messages in the chat as we see this one now down to 136. Moving on, next setup of this show. We are setting up game number 306558 North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5 at 7 p.m. Eastern time. One more time, setting up 306-558 North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5 at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Give everybody a few more seconds. North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5. Game number 306-558 North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5 is a go. We're betting North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5. This is a go. Seeing it move immediately, 139 on this one as well would be acceptable. We'll get the official grade from the guys behind the scenes, but North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5 right now is a go. We're seeing Patrick already able to get it. Michael Abel down south was able to get it as well. Seeing a 140 from Frederick as well, half a point better. Jeremy, 139.5. Same thing for Joe. Seeing 139.5 popping up to another. A lot of Joes, a lot of Michaels. Every single show, 139.5. There's another Mike at 139.5 as well. Seeing West Coast guy 139.5. It is an extra game from the extra board. That is in fact true. Another Michael 139.5 as well. Adam was able to get 139.5. Seeing Michael again, the wave of Michaels every show is incredible. 139.5. So we will have an update on that, and we will keep moving along with the next setup. Going here on the first halves, we will switch to first halves for the next setup. So if you're on the full game side of your sports book, take a second, switch over to the first halves, as we will go over from the main card, from the extra board, and get into the first halves for the next setup. Third setup of the show is game number 758 VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5 at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Game number 758 VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5. And again, this is for the first half. We'll give everybody a couple more seconds. VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5. Game number 758, VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5 is a go. We are betting VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5. This is a go. Bet it immediately while some of these numbers still hanging on the board as we see things start to move now quickly. VMI Citadel, first half under 66.5 is a go as we see the board start to light up and move in a hurry. 67 showing up in the chat. Eli 66.5. Jeremy, Joey, seeing it for Jason as well. 67s popping up as well for Spade, who's coming back as always for a number of shows. Seeing him in the chat as well. Seeing a lot of 66.5 showing up. Tim Fraley able to get the 66.5 over at Buckeye as well. Sam was able to get 66.5. Good to see a lot of people getting that first half as well. VMI Citadel under 66.5. We'll move back from the first halves to the full game side of your sports book for the next setup. So if you're in the first halves, take a second, switch back to the full games, as we have more setups to get to. A couple more seconds, we'll get going on the fourth setup of the show. Next setup, game number 832, Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, under 145.5, 10 p.m. Eastern time. 832, Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, under 145.5. The game is at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Couple more seconds. Game number 832, Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, under 145.5 is a go. We are betting Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, under 145.5, 10 p.m. Eastern time. This is a go. You have it, bet it immediately. As I said, we're pushing the pace a little bit with this show. Quick one here. Devin was able to get half a point better to start things off. Seeing Patrick, Alec, Michael, Smith, all they have. Oh, this is great. 146.5, 145 showing up. Eli, 146 at the PPH. Same thing for Tony. Same thing for Chris, was able to get it as well. Rick was able to get the 146. Good to see so many 146 and 145.5 showing up within the show. Really good success rate on all four of these, judging from the chat. And we, of course, are seeing this now down all the way to 142.5 and trending even lower as we're seeing Chris at 141.5 and continuing to move down. Nick, love the faster pace. Yes, I think all of us do. We're able to move through a lot of these very quickly. A little bit of work on your end to keep up, but as always, these shows are competitive. The lines obviously move very quickly. It's something that's different from everything that else is going on. So we're going to push the pace a little bit, keep things moving, and get people through these shows, especially on a work day like Saturday or Thursday. Maybe it'll take a little longer on Saturday and make you enjoy it a little bit further. But that is it for today. The Go Show, 4 goes in a row from 4 setups. First time we've ever done that. In fact, a very busy Thursday, to say the least. But we're getting everyone out here in under 12 minutes. Hawaii, UC Davis, under 139. North Florida, Jacksonville, under 139.5. VMI Citadel, first half, under 66.5. And then Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, under 145.5. 4 bets for the Thursday card. Good to see so many people in the chat. As always, like the video, subscribe to the video. Goes a long way to helping out the channel and all of the future shows. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. We will be back again with our next scheduled show Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for everybody. Enjoy your Thursday. Talk to you Saturday morning.